Hello, and I have expanded the city. So previously the city ended here, so I've gained all of that space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a bit base plates allocated to the city, and I've been able to do that by removing my build desk. I did have 2 desks in here, a build desk and a work desk. I've got rid of the build desk, so I can move the Ninjago sets that were here onto the build desk, but we'll do that another time. So today I'm going to show you what the plan is for this area. So the area over the other side is very much downtowny stuff, skyscrapers and pop culture and more gritty buildings. And then in the centre we have Diagon Alley, it's more of an old town Diagon Alley going down here to Gringotts and then around the back, just about around the back, and then sweeping round into a more, we've got Town Hall, we've got the museum, boutique hotel, and then in front of it we can have a back to the seasonal park idea. So we've got 4 and 2 half base plates, so we can rotate it every few months with that area. So this is more of a cultural quarter of the city. So we've got cultural quarter, old town, downtown. So we've got an empty space over here, and my plan for that is the Lumibricks Art Gallery. So we're going to see how that looks. This is the Lumibricks Brick Art Gallery, and along with the museum is going to form like the core of the cultural quarter for the city. So I've just finished building this last week, and it was like fantastic, really. It's hard to say better than Lego quality, but I preferred this build to Shopping Street. I enjoyed Shopping Street, there's nothing wrong with it, I haven't got any complaints, but I preferred this. The scale of it, the fact that the lights are included and not overdone. A lot of the light kits overdo the lights, and these are always just right. This self-portrait is one of the best things I've built in Lego, in terms of like Lego bricks, in terms of like a recognisable piece. Like my 6-year-old boy came in and recognised that painting in brick form, so that was really cool. So before we put it into the city though, you can see I've put some minifigures in. These are the figures that you get for Lumibricks, and they're fine. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 figures. They're fine. They're just not Lego. There's nothing wrong with them. So I have replaced them just so we can tell our own stories, but I've kept a similar kind of feeling. So I will turn the light off and we can have a look at what we've done inside with the minifigures. So rather than take it apart like a traditional modular, I can just open these things here and we can see inside. In hindsight, maybe I should have left the lights on, but hopefully we can see well enough. Oh, that comes out, and then that comes out as well, so you can have a good look at the inside. It is worth checking this out. I think it was around £150. Like, fantastic, really fantastic. So on here we've got, you can see the scream there. So we've got a boy reenacting that, and then we've just got some people just taking in the gallery. I'll pick it up. So on the top floor is like a sculpture thing. So we've got the series minifigure Potter, is that the right word? Maybe. And someone else having a look. We've got someone else having a look down here, taking a picture of the sunflowers. And then on the bottom floor, we've got, there we go. We've got a shopkeeper, and we've got, someone's fallen over. We've got someone checking out there's like a shop area at the bottom, as with any museum art gallery. And then right at the top, we've got someone checking out the place. And while they're doing that, the security guard at the front is just having a look at the street performer, perhaps scaring the street performer away. Maybe they don't have a license or something. And we've got a janitor. I think that's another series minifigure. who's just finished repairing the light because the light was on. I think this is the gallery owner talking into his massive phone, and we have someone selling ice cream there as well. So now the minifigures are sort of placed, I think it's a good opportunity to see how it fits in the city. That's a bit of a disaster. It doesn't fit. Alright, I'm going to give it some more thought and I'll get back to you. Okay, so honestly, I thought that might be the case. I did think as I was building it, this is just getting taller, and I don't think it's going to fit flush against the wall with the eaves, which is a shame. But I had kind of considered a plan B, and this is where I'm at for now. I don't think it's perfect, but I might just live with it and see. So we have Brick Cross Station at the back now, with the imaginary train line back behind the wall. Sorry about the lighting at the moment. The main light in this room is being repaired, so we're just using tiny lights. Hopefully you can see well enough. And then we've got the Brick Art Gallery and a 16 wide space next to it, which I do have a plan for, which is the Art Factory from the Bricklink Designer Programme. I pre-ordered that. I think that comes in March, so that could potentially go there, and then it just adds to the culture thing. The Art Factory was where the art happens, the Art Gallery is where it's displayed, and then Boutique Hotel with the shop is where the Art Gallery is sold. The Art Gallery, the art is sold. So yeah, Boutique Hotel, because of its angle, it is a bit awkward to put anywhere else. I'm going to live with this, I think, and see. The other plan is, sadly, I'm never going to get round to doing the basement of the museum. It was a good idea, but you're never going to see it once it's in place, and I think it's going to look better if it's flat. So I might raise it up a little bit, but certainly not the 6 bricks that it is at the moment, 7 bricks that it is at the moment. Yeah, we can change that, get that flat again. But I think that gives me something to work with as a cultural thing. Just to recap, we've got Tudor Corner starting this off, the Town Hall, which looks out over to the town square, which we will make seasonal. I've always had the idea of a seasonal park. I've never actually done it. I've always left space for it in designs, but I've never actually followed through. So let's see if we do this time. We've got Shopping Street, which I built a few weeks ago, last week. Do like it. I don't like the shops. I like the shops as buildings. I think they could have been a bit more inventive in terms of what they are, like the gift with purchase being the hat shop, being the hat parade. Why not have a silly hat shop? I think they could have loads of fun with that. But, you know, we can tweak it. It is Lego. Certainly not the worst modular. And then we have the start of Diagon Alley. I might change the order of these buildings, but Diagon Alley, Gringotts, Diagon Alley with Parisian restaurant, bookshop, and then the Sanctum, and then the bank. I keep swapping the bank and Sanctum. I'm not quite sure what I want to do there. But yeah, pretty pleased with how that's gone, despite that not fitting flush. I can't lower the tails anymore because then the train wouldn't run underneath the city, so I'm kind of stuck with that height. I don't think, because the Lumibricks sets, I mean I could rebuild it, but because the Lumibricks sets don't sit flush to the edge of a base plate and there is a gap around them, it's like with the Sanctum, there's a gap. It is a bit awkward to place it somewhere else. Plus I like the idea of the Culture Quarter thing. And I didn't expect to be able to get Brick Cross Station into this layout either, and that is nice. It was just sat on a shelf below the city, but it is nice to be able to get that in, just as a hint of a passage through everything else. And then, as you can see here, we've got the tram line that will run again back, as if the city continues beyond the wall behind it, as you'd expect. Right, I'm going to leave it there for now. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I might show you Ninjago. I might do more of this town centre cultural stuff. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye. Just after I turned the camera off, I had another thought. I rearranged some things a bit more, and this is what I've come up with instead. It's very similar to before. I've swapped out the Botanic Garden for the Spring Lantern Festival, because maybe I can do maybe my first seasonal park will be a Chinese New Year themed park. That'd be a good start to the year, I think, actually doing a seasonal park. The danger is it stays like that for the rest of the year, but we can see. But yeah, swapping around the boutique hotel, Brickcross Station, I think I prefer that. It gives me a bit more space outside. Moving the tram line over there for a tram stop. I can pull the boutique hotel closer to the museum, or I could leave it like that and do something outside it. And we've still got the art gallery there with the space behind for the art factory. And still got some room on this side as well. I think I prefer that. I'm sure I'll change it again a million times before the next video, but that's where we are for now. And just a thought on the museum as well. I think it does need to be taller than the art gallery. If I remove the basement, it's going to be smaller, and that feels a bit odd. So I might look at getting rid of the basement but adding an extra floor. And there's plenty of instructions to do that and rebrickable. And then the exhibits that I did put in the basement, temporarily albeit, I can put on that extra floor. And that might give it a bit more of a grand appearance. It is taking up 2 base plates. I don't think I'm ever going to have it in the city on its own. I mean, the city butted up against other buildings in its original form. I think I like that it's a museum. It stands on its own. And then we've got the town square in front. So yeah, just another rearrangement. As I said, I'll probably rearrange it again, but that's where we are for now. All right then. Properly by this time. Bye.